Hello, and welcome to the second part of the Dragon Tycoon Edge movie. Last time, we cleared out the first continent, and we learned a lot of things about the monks and the temple, and that they wanted to separate the continent. This time, we're going to be continuing on from a save file that was immediately at the end of the last video, where we were the dog, and we had just talked to Alexius. You return to this area. In front of us, a strange pool of water and maybe something that kind of resembles a tree. Back there is the glowing tower. And we can take a look over here. Above us seems to be something, but we can't get at that right now. Some more water and nothing over here. So we'll go back this way. I do like how that glowing tower looks. One thing that I really appreciate about this game is the decisions in color. And if you notice the color of the original island and the color of this island, I think there's some really intelligent decisions there. Once we get over here, there's some kind of thing that we haven't really seen before. It's verticality! Oh my god, what? Up? Down? Up and... That's insane. It's a little too much for a dog to handle. And now, there's this bridge, which seems like it's kind of invisible. Let's go on it. Some man with a hammer. We're going to be calling this guy Gnome. And we're going to hit him with tri-attack right off the bat. Now, Dog doesn't have a lot of magic, but Dog does have a lot of health. So as long as we do like one tri-attack, then one mana humor, we should be okay. Of course, sometimes in Dragon Tycoon Edge, you will die. The game will just decide that you should die. So we're going to be taking advantage of the high health of Dog here. And I think we should get him just fine. Can't use the tri-attack, we don't have enough mana. What about lightning? No. What about fireball? And we defeat Gnome. This is warning us that we should not hoard items. Gnome is telling us that if we want to continue our journey, we need to make sure we don't have too much. Now this makes me sad. We saved up so many items from the first area. We only used the one mana crystal that we got from the rock lizard. That's the only item we used. And so for the first character in the second area to say, hey, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't have so many items. It's kind of a bummer. But hey, we're Gnome now. We have a hammer. That's good. He can walk across the bridge. We can look back at the glowing tower. This character I'm calling the Camel, and the Camel gives us some breadcrumbs. He tells us to use the breadcrumbs with our elf friend, who we haven't met yet. And I just wanted to take a... Oh, here's the Camel again. The Camel will do that. He'll keep talking to you if you keep coming back here. But if you notice, the shape of that structure ahead of us is kind of familiar. We saw a clue about that from a crab in the first part of the movie. So here we're going to enter the city of Causeville. Believe it or not, this is a city. In front of us is an area that we could go. To the left and right are areas we could go. For quick navigation, you could imagine the city of Causeville as a giant circle that you walk around with multiple points that you stop at, such as those things you see there. If you imagine it that way, you could imagine just walking like counterclockwise or clockwise in one direction or another. So first, let's check out what's in front of us. Seems to be something here. Maybe some stones. Some kind of circular thing in front of us. Not sure what to do with that right now. So we'll head back. And again, assuming that this is a big circle, we're going to head counterclockwise. We'll take a look at what this red thing is. What is this? Well, if I press up on the D-pad, we can't do anything with it. Which is weird, because if I press up on the D-pad here, we get a little message that says we can't do anything. So, what's that about? Can't do anything here. Can't do anything here. And here he says we can't do anything. So I guess this door we can't go in for right now. If we look into the center, we see another opening. We can go in here. This character is the elf. He's asking us if we have breadcrumbs. In exchange, he'll open some locked doors. Of course we want that. Yes. I do like how the elf looks. It's an interesting design. His stomach is kind of strange, and we'll notice some more characters with strange, like, abdomen segments. You'll understand more what I mean when we get to them. So if we come back from the center of the room, we could continue counterclockwise. And we'll go in this, or maybe I don't know. Oh, we can go in here. Oh, that's so strange. Well, maybe this red door is one of the doors that the elf unlocked. Maybe. I mean, how would you know that? I've only played this game way too many times. Our space pirate friends say something about this place is pretty cool, but they don't have time for that because the world's going to end. And they're right, so we should leave this door. But maybe, did they have anything else to say? Let's check again. No, I guess they're not here again. Alright, whatever. So we'll continue on counterclockwise. Can we go in here now? This yellow man, we're going to call him Hyde, is asking for a warrior's herb, and we do have one, so we should give it to him. In exchange, he gives us the perfume. Perfume's a pretty good item. We might need it for something later. Guards? Guards? There's a Dokaru in the city. Anyone? Guards? Okay, I guess we'll have to take care of this ourselves. We will use, of course, Tri-Attack. Kill him one shot, no problem. We get a clue. Take note of the picture there. This says something about inside the water. There is something invisible. What water? And how am I supposed to see invisible things? The Dokuru questions. We're going to continue counterclockwise. What's in this room? So this guy is offering to sell us another body that we can possess. But for right now, we're going to say no. Because I believe we can talk to him again later. We don't want to do whatever... Listen, mister, we're not into whatever you're selling. If we continue on counterclockwise, we can't go out of here. Can we do anything in the inside? No. Well, kind of looks similar to the other side. If we assume that now we're at the top of the circle, and at the other far side there where that, like, 3 spiky thing is, that's where we came in originally. We're going to continue counterclockwise. Can't go in here. That's weird. I thought we opened the doors. No, can't go in this one either. Can we go at this thing? Oh, we can. Doesn't seem there's anything to the sides of us, but ahead of us is some kind of large red glowing thing. What could that be? Well, for right now, we don't need to worry about that. Let's just finish checking out inside the city. So now we can go into the inside of the city from this angle. The elf is now asking for something a little bit better than breadcrumbs. I mean, what else is better than breadcrumbs than a cape? Am I right? But actually, he wants the perfume. Now that we've given him perfume, he'll have opened the rest of the red ball doors in the city of Causeville. And that's great. So these were some doors that we couldn't go in before. These were the doors that we just tried to, and we couldn't. So what's in this one? It's a large blue head. That says 1 o'clock. Boom. Lightning speed. Oh, that's 5 o'clock. Bam. Oh, it's a... How could I possibly have known that? He's asking us if we want some kind of cool item in exchange for experience points? Hell no. I worked hard for these experience points. Alright, we'll see you later, large hands and big head. Well, then what's in this one? Hide? I thought we were friends. Do we have any kind of items we could use on him? Well, we all know we love to use the staff on Hyde. Although I think we're a Doku right now. Maybe we should just kill him. So for some reason, Hyde is angry now. Why is that? I'm not sure. Before he was our friend. He's not too threatening. Now we did give him the warrior's herb, and outside of his door was an enemy. So maybe he wasn't able to get out of his door because he was locked in there by an enemy, and he needed the warrior's herb to be strong, like a warrior. And now he's just full of bloodlust and takes it out on the next person he sees. Who knows? This is the beast whistle. When we use it, we will summon a random encounter, although I'm pretty sure by random, I mean it's always the dog. But now we're Hyde, and that's pretty great. So let's check out Hyde's stats. Look at his smile. He's happy to be here. He's got 40 health, which isn't awesome. And 35 mana. But now we have the beast whistle, which you can see over here. And that's an item you can use outside of combat to summon an enemy. But we're not going to be doing that at the moment. What's in this last door that we couldn't go in?
私は不思議な絵を扱う画商である。ここの絵は売り物ではないのである。もう一つの世界なのである。絵の中を旅したいかね。ならば魔法絵師を探し、ワープの絵を描いてもらうである。ワープの絵を使えば旅が楽ちんになるである。ただし時のエネルギーガオンは消費するである。
Oh my, Yellow Gumby with a painting brush had a lot to say. He's saying that these paintings are maybe more than just paintings, and we should be on the lookout for some kind of ability to take use of that. It'd be a warp painting. What could it mean? Well, for right now, we can't use them, so we'll have to say goodbye to Yellow Gumby. Alright, well, I mean, those were the doors we couldn't go in. There's a big red tree over here. Maybe we should check that out. Hyde, you know, he's all revved up and ready to go. He wants to fight. He wants blood. Hyde is on a quest. He charges towards whatever this large spinning thing is. Oh god. Hyde's worst nightmare. A Shadow Pyramid. But luckily for Hyde, he has all of our magic, so we're just gonna kill with Tri-Attack. And now that Hyde has gotten his taste for battle, we'll possess the Pyramid. If you take a note of the picture there, that will be important for later. That clue is saying if we give some kind of silky gift to the elders, they'll give us something in return. Now that we are Shadow Pyramid, we can check our stats. We notice that our name, I've decided I'm going to translate this to Dart Zig, and that's going to be underneath. So these are going to be the Dart Zig monsters. What is that? He has pretty good stats. It looks like a Pyravin, but it's all black and shiny. Let's try using the Beast Whistle. It's Dog? What a surprise. We'll use Tri-Attack on him. Dog, of course, giving us the fatal bark attack, which hurts our ears. Now I do believe you can use the beast whistle unlimited times, and so you can just keep fighting dog, and dog will fight dog. So you could just keep doing this over and over, and I think you just keep getting experience. I haven't actually tried doing that yet, but I think you could do that. So I don't know how much experience dog gives you, but I mean, you could do that. We have returned to dog. Stronger than ever, level 5. Dog feels a change in the air. It's spookier over here. So, this character I'm calling Rankle, and I kind of don't like Rankle. The more I play the game, I don't really like him. He says something along the lines of, he is hunting down the monsters of Dartzig, and because we are not currently a monster that's good, we should be careful not to be possessed by a monster. So, I mean, that sounds like great advice, but I mean, we do have the power to possess whatever we want, so we'll do what we want. And over here is a shadow crab. This should be no problem for dog. We get a clue. This is saying that there's something called a Delmora, which appears to be effective in front of dragon bones. Have we seen those dragon bones before? You recognize this. It's a cume, but it's a shadow cume. Can Shadow Crab defeat it? Well, Tri Attack is very strong. Oh, he one-shot it. Awesome. This clue is tricky to figure out. Can you understand the hidden meaning? Now that we are Shadow Cume, we can look at our stats. You'll see that our name is still the Dartzig monster. And we have the same stats, I think. All of those enemies have the same stats, they just look different, and they do have different abilities. But otherwise, the Dartzig monsters near this huge crater with floating rocks or dust or something, they all seem very similar. So now that we are one, let's talk to Rankle. Alright, so Rankle reveals his true colors, and just because we look different, even though we were friends before, he's going to attack us. So we're going to kill him. But I do want to note a couple things before we kill him, because we might one-shot him. But notice how Rankle looks. He has like a segmented body with a crystal in the middle, and also look at his eyes. They're like normal eyes. Now, another thing I want to point out is that it kind of seems like Rankle has a tail. Maybe we'll get a good look at that. Hopefully. But his eyes fall out, and then we possess him. gives us a clue that apparently without the Char's ball, it's impossible to pass that large crater. We also get an item, and now we are Rankle, which feels gross. I hate him. What kind of item did we get? Well, he gave us this ring, and this is a Parity ring. What does that do? You would think a description would tell you. Anyway, look at Rankle's smile. Now that we're Rankle, we're going to go back to town. That's not the way. Rankle's had enough of hunting monsters for now. He's made his money and he's going to go get some cash. So, yeah, if we went through that way, and then before we were coming from counterclockwise, let's just think about that, then that red ball over there is the room with the big head. And so if we continue this way, we actually haven't been this way at all. So what could be in this door? Rankle is confused. What is this door? Rankle demands an answer, so we go back inside. There is still no answer, so we're like, okay, fine, we'll just move on. We'll continue. So I guess this door we haven't been in yet. And here, we're going to break the fourth wall, even more than I guess the entire video is. Inside of this chest is a save crystal. We do not need to pick it up. We can pick it up later. So we're going to leave it here and come back another time. We don't need to pick it up right now. Like Gnome said before, it's a bad idea. What's inside this door? You want to play and serve us? No way, Rankle's not into that. He's a straight kind of guy. Well, she kind of seems disappointed, but I mean, Rankle has morals. Or maybe he doesn't. Anyway. So then, I guess this is the bottom where we came in, right? Okay. Well, if the elf opened the rest of the doors, then we should be able to continue on, because we haven't been in this door yet. These guys, who if we remember from the visual clue, seem to be the elders. They seem to be asking a lot of stuff and talking about some kind of strong imperial tower. I guess maybe we'll say yes to them? Oh, he sounded disappointed. I'm sure Rankle's used to hearing that. Well then... We need to give them some kind of silk gift. What could it be? Could it be behind this door?
が降り注いでいます。人々の心を侵す恐ろしい塵です。アルマ、この町の近く、幻の谷を探してみなさい。魂を感じます。あなたに必要な魂を感じます。
We haven't seen our fairy friend in quite a while, and there's nothing in this chest other than being able to talk to her. She says something about that this area used to be covered in forests, but it no longer is, and also something about the Dartzig monsters, and then she says that we need to find a Phantom Valley near this town. What kind of Phantom Valley? Well, for right now we're not sure. So we'll continue on, and I do believe this is the last door we haven't been in. What's this? Well, if you remember earlier, I said to remember a certain picture. Maybe it looks familiar. Over to the left, there's a switch. Over to the right, there's a switch. We're not going to press the switches. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Don't do that. We're going to walk into the pool. Of course. We need to bathe. We're dirty.
ねえ、聞こえる？僕は森の国の王子、リリクス。お願いがあるんだ。王の仮面を持ってきてほしいんだ。そうすればここから抜け出せる。王の仮面は聖地バドールに隠してある。お願いだ。
Rankle holds his breath for an inhuman amount of time. Although I guess, obviously, he's inhuman. We hear a voice. It sounds kind of like a child's voice, and he claims to be the prince of the forest. He wants you to bring him a mask. What could that be about? Should we pull the switches? No, you fool! Don't pull the switches. Don't do that. Just leave them alone. Don't touch them. So now, we have looked around the entire city of Causeville. All of the doors. We've seen such things like the gallery, which I believe is this. That's not the gallery. But we have seen such things like the gallery. We talked to a bunch of people, and now we're wondering, what was the point of all that? Well, if you remember, in the area where Rankle was, where the shadow demons were, there was a clue that the elders wanted some kind of silk gift. One person that we said no to is not this one. Okay, I know where I am. Don't worry about it. I grew up on these streets of Causeville. I ran around here when I was a kid. I know them like the back of my hand. We're going back in here. Mostly just because this, I think this is the only time you see this character, so I just wanted to see this twice. We're going to say yes this time, and Rankle's going to have the time of his life. Rankle's a new man. What just happened? I don't know. I mean, that's up to you to decide. We got a pair of panties. We can check that out. Can we wear them? No. But we heard a clue. The elders want something silken. Could it be undergarments?
このままじゃいかんな。霧の帝国は分かっとらん。いつまでも風の種族が黙っているか。帝国のタワーは強大だ。いや、わしの手の方が強いぞ、チー。いや、わしの方じゃ。わしだ。いかんな、いかんな、ドラがない。このままじゃいかんな。霧の帝国は分かっとらん。 いつまでも風の雫が黙っているものか。ボン。
帝国のタワーは強大だ。
君、ただみきはいかんな。重砲台じゃよ。何かくれんか。
It seems like they say the same thing as the first time, but this time when we say yes, maybe we have something they want.
それそれ。
Oh, and they like that. And they give us the mirror. Why do we need a mirror? Well, it may come in useful later. With that, I believe we've done everything in Causeville. And so now that we have the mirror, I guess we can take a look back out the area. Oh, what's this? An enemy crab in our path? Do I want to kill a crab right now? Not really. Okay, we're gonna run away from this crab. Look, man. Rankle's tired. He doesn't want to fight a crab right now. But he does want to go check out an area over there. Because, as we walk this way, and we've cleared out the entirety of the inside of Causeville, pretty much, we got the parody ring from Rankle, and we got the mirror from the Elders. We fought some Shadow Dartzig monsters. We have the Beast Whistle, which can allow us to seemingly fight Dog as many times as we want. And there was also a couple other things in the city that we said no to, like the guy who would allow us to change into different characters, because we're just saving those for next time, and like the save crystal and stuff like that. So now that we have the mirror, we can take a look in this direction, because over here outside of the city door that we're able to go out, some kind of ruins.
俺だよ。ここが生徒バドールさ。
A rock lizard friend is saying that it's him, and are you here to learn, maybe?
昔は森の種族の神殿だったが、ダズニムが落ちてからは荒れ放題さ。
Something about a forest temple. Well, this does kind of seem like maybe it's a temple.
神殿にはいろんなものが残ってるらしいが、うまぐまの鏡がないと神殿の奥には入れないらしいぜ。
There are many things in this temple, but unless we have a mirror, we couldn't possibly get in. Why is that? Wow. Good thing we had that mirror, otherwise that thing probably would have killed us. And here we are at the temple. Seems pretty nice. We got some marble pillars, some kind of Greek architecture. We can look over this way, we can look over that way. We can go these directions. We see some statues or pillars or something. Kind of looks like snakes, or maybe they could be dragons. There's a statue over here. We should talk to it, of course.
美女の顔を微笑み合い
The statue giving us a delicious smell in return for talking to it. What's on the other side of the room? Oh. Well, this golden raven has given us the hawk's tear. And the item before we got was like the beautiful fragrance or something. Well, that's good.
ようこそバドールの神殿へ。ここが地獄か天国か、そいつあんた次第だね。せいぜい気をつけな。
Oracle's a friend is in the temple. It's good to see him. He's saying that this is a temple of a specific god, maybe a god called Bador or something. Over here, to the left, we have a large head.
微笑みを与え
Maybe he's asking us to smile. Past him, as he lets us by, is one of those organs we saw in the original temple. Why would they be here as well? And we seem to have given that organ an item. We gave it the nice smelling fragrance. In exchange, we got 1/2 of a crest. Could perhaps the large head on this side have another crest?
我の悲しみを与え
And for taking a look at this organ, we get the second piece of the crest. Very nice. And so now I guess we've gone both ways. The heads are back, and there's a way in the center we could go.
リリクス王子、あなた様をお待ちしておりました。お進みください。王位継承のシンボル、王の仮面は噴水に守ってございます。
Oh wow, the translator's doing a lot better than the first time. Yeah, so he's saying something like, we were like looking forward to seeing you, and there is a king's mask in the fountain. Well, this is a fountain, it's not in there. What's up with that? So there's some kind of aggressive guy here. He's gonna fight us, and if you look at his body, it's kind of like similar to a Pyrvin if you think about it. It's like a similar color, similar musculature, and he has like kind of more armor than a Pyrvin would have, but his hands are kind of freaky, and he attacks us on sight, so we could think that maybe this is an enemy of the Empire. It gives us a clue that we need to solve the mystery of the pyramids in order to progress. What pyramids? I thought it was a fountain. Well, now we are Kochu. He's pretty strong. You can see 70 health, 70 magic. And we got a new spell. It's a level 2 fire spell. Pretty great. So pyramid here. What's this? Some kind of glass of green liquid. Some kind of glass of blue liquid? What's going on? Is Kochu about to get wasted?
森の諸国に繁栄をもたらせたアウトニオンの神託我が神世界はアウトニオンの神託により永遠を得るである世界はアウトニオンと共に
Yeah, it seems to be doing a little bit better on the audio translator this time. I've actually tried to translate this better, but it's picking it up better than it usually does. Oh, who's this? It's a snake woman?
魂を探す旅人よお前を生きたまま石に変えてやろうそしてじっと滅びの日を待つがいい
Okay, she's saying something like, hey soul seeker, I'm gonna turn your soul to stone until the end of time, something like that. So we'll show her our new rock attack, and this is Medusa, and she's a pretty strong enemy. We're hoping that she doesn't use Medusa's classic move of Petrify, because it is quite strong. Kochu is, and that's the Petrify move. Kochu does have a decent amount of health, so I think we'll be okay. But if Medusa wants to, she will kill you. But we'll just keep using the rock move because it looks awesome. Now those drinks that we were picking up, we picked up a green one and a blue one, maybe another one. And there seems to be a couple more pyramids as well once we defeat Medusa. So what do we need to use those for? She gives us a clue that the item Del Mora has some kind of power to move dragon bones, and we've heard that before. This is Medusa. You can see she's definitely better than Kochu, but basically only by 20 health. And we have just hit level 6. So we're very strong. Medusa has a move that turns your opponent to stone. That's pretty awesome. And here's a purple pyramid. You get silver wine from a purple pyramid, obviously. What color do you get from the white pyramid? Yellow, obviously. Duh. So we have talked to the 5 pyramids and gotten items. You can see those there. Green, blue, red, white, and yellow. And what's up ahead past Medusa? Well, in front of us, it looks like an altar that's similar to the temple from the first area. So could this potentially be a similar religion to the temple from the first area? If so, why is Medusa and Kochu here? It doesn't seem like anyone else is here. We've talked to, like, a spiritual voice in the statues and the big head. But, I mean, if we assume that this is the temple of a specific god, then maybe those spiritual voices are the voices of the god of the temple, and Medusa and Kochu are now occupying the temple, and, like, monks aren't here or anything. Like, why aren't there any monks here? Maybe because Medusa and Kochu have removed them? Can't see anything up here. There's a cup. It's made of gold. It's got a red stone in it. There's a cup over here. It's made of gold and it's got a blue stone in it. So what can we do? Well, over here, maybe we'll get a better view of it, but it's a silver cat. Now, what color would a silver cat want? Well, probably silver, right? And I haven't got a good translation on that, but I'm just going to assume he says thanks. Now, you notice maybe it's kind of hard to tell, but he has a blue pendant on his chest. So maybe you would have tried the blue wine. But no, he wants the silver one because he is silver. And what's over here? Well, it's a gold cat. And we have gold wine. And now, this cat has wine too. He has a red gem. Does that mean anything? Seems like no. Now that we've given the cats wine, can we do anything with these goblets? We can. So if we remember, the cat that this goblet is closest to had a red gem. And that did not work. So we're going to use the blue gem. You might wonder why, because that goblet has a red gem in it. Why would we use the blue wine in it? I mean, I don't know. And then this one, I mean, it has a blue gem in it. But we're going to use the red wine. It's just the way it is. Now that we've done all of that, we only have the green wine left. Is there anything at the altar now? Well, who's that? And again, it's actually doing a lot better than last time. I had to do a lot of work to translate this stuff, but it's doing way better now, so that's kind of great, but also frustrating. This voice, if you notice, sounds similar. It's kind of childlike, and in the pool, we heard a childlike voice. This voice sounds similar to that. He's saying that he's the prince of the forest, and he's trapped at the bottom of the pool. We need to bring the mask to him for some reason. Well, we haven't seen the mask yet, but I guess we've seen the temple. We do have the green wine. Oh, wait, I don't have the green wine yet. Oh, wait. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I guess we give the altar the green wine. Okay, well, anyway. We heard from Kochu in his memory clue. There's something in the fountain. A voice says that to see the truth, we need this king's mask. And we have obtained the king's mask. With that, we're basically done inside of the Greek temple. And because we're basically done inside of Causeville, except that we now know the prince is stuck at the bottom of the pool. So we have to get that prince out of the pool. With that done, Causeville will be basically wrapped up. Medusa needs to go for a swim. scales are getting a bit dry. So we run back to Causeville. And if we come in from that door, we'll just head counterclockwise this way. And the pool should be this door up here. Yeah. Don't press that switch. What's down at the bottom of the pool now that we have the King's Mask? Alright. So we find the soul or the ghost spirit of the Prince of the Forest at the bottom of the pool, like we learned about at the temple. And he gives us a new item, which looks like a sword. So maybe we can use that in battle. This is the Royal Saber. That's an important item. Another thing you might notice, at the top of the screen, in between Nura and Gown, one of those dots is filled in. We have the green soul. Only 4 more to go. Now that we've done that, the Greek temple has been all resolved. I guess the ultimate thing we pick up from there is the Royal Saber. And of course the soul of the Forest Prince. And then inside of Causeville, we did a large series of events that eventually got us to the King's Mask and the mirror, so that we could get in to the Greek temple at all, so that then we could come back to the pool. We're going to leave it here and save, as this is the end of part 2 of the Dragon Tycoon Edge movie. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and your interpretations of what's going on in the comments below. One thing I wanted to note as we wrap it up is that inside of the city of Causeville, there hasn't been a lot of talk from the citizens of the Empire or being attacked by the Empire. In the first part of the movie, the monks of the temple were quite concerned with the Empire attacking, and a lot of what they said was about that. I don't think really anyone other than the elders in this town talks about that, and so because only the elders are talking about that, maybe the city of Causeville has been occupied by the Empire for a longer period of time, and the people here are more complacent with that. That's why the temple, there are no monks there, because the Empire has basically outlawed that and kicked everyone out, and it's old news and people are just alright with it. Maybe. Another thing we looked at in the first part of the movie was what is this character? I talked about that a few times, and I mentioned that in upcoming parts, it would be way harder to say what a character is, or even what we're talking to. That's probably a lot more understandable now that you've seen this part. So I'd like to hear, maybe you have some thoughts about what these different types of characters are. Again, it's interesting that Rankle has a tail. Some characters do not have tails. Some characters have crystal eyes. Some characters do not have crystal eyes. Some characters seem to be, like normal animals, like the crabs and stuff, the centipedes. But clearly the people in Causeville are living in a city, and they have a civilization and a culture, and there's an art gallery where they appreciate art. So it's very different than the first continent in a lot of ways. Not just in terms of the things you see, but also the type of gameplay that you're going to be primarily interacting with. A lot less combat in this area, a lot more talking to people. We'll see if that continues. I hope you join me next time for the next installment in the Dragon Tycoon Edge movie. I'll see you then. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Bye-bye.